Hey there. Today we are talking about triplets. Now, when we talked about rhythm and we talked about note values, we talked about the fact that every note can be divided into two smaller notes. So, for example, these quarter notes can be divided into two eighth notes. So here is our quarter note melody. So that's our pulse. One, 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 one. And each of these quarter notes can break into two eighth notes, like this. Sometimes we'll do like one and to talk eighth notes. For instance, one and one and one and one and one and. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Now, there is a neat little thing called a triplet, which allows us to break a note into three equal parts. Put a little 3 there, put a little 3 there. Let's do this. Notice we have two separate parts on the one staff. So the top melody line, the stems go up. Bottom melody line, the stems go down. Okay. So, you remember when our beat 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and everything breaks into 2. Now we have triplets, which would be ta 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 ta. Three equal beats or three equal notes into our quarter notes. For example, okay, example 1, eighth notes. Example 2, triplets. Okay? Now, how do we know how much space the triplet takes up? Well, obviously, 3 eighth note triplets fit into one quarter note. Well, and that's our clue. If you look at a triplet, whatever the first two note values are, that adds up to your beat. So in this case, triplet means 3 eighth notes that fit into the space of 2 eighth notes. Let me say that again. Triplet, 3 eighth notes that fit into the space of 2 eighth notes. If we wanted to, we could do a ratio. And we could say there's a 3 to 2 ratio for triplets. But that's math, and I know nobody wants to do that. So now, if we wanted to do triplets with half notes, now this is the same melody, it's just down in the bass clef. Okay. So if you wanted to divide a half note into triplets, first of all, what is a half note divided in half? Or what kind of notes go into a half note? If you said 2 quarter notes, you would be correct. Therefore, if we are going to do triplets for this half note, we would do 3 quarter notes. And in this case, we need to put a little bracket there because there's no beam connecting the notes naturally. So for a half note, we, excuse me, we would have triplet quarter notes. 3 quarter notes that fit into the space of 2 quarter notes, excuse me, which would be something like this. It'll sound exactly the same. It's just in this case the half note gets the pulse. That's the neat thing about music. It really doesn't matter what gets the beat. All of the rules work. Okay? So finally, what if we have an eighth note? If this is our beat, what kind of triplets would fit into an eighth note? Well, step one, an eighth note can divide into 2, what? Yes, 2 16th notes. Therefore, remember, a triplet means 3 notes that fit into the space of 2 notes. So our triplet would be a 16th note triplet. This means 3 of these fit into the space of whatever the first 2 are. 3 16th notes fitting into equally into the space of 2 16th notes. Triplet. It's how we divide notes into 3. So we can divide notes into 2 and we can divide notes into 3. Make sense? Have a great day.